Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Larry's Anything Goes. I hope everybody's having a good day. It's March 7th, and it's finally feeling like spring around here in the Northern Virginia area. So, depending on where you reside, I hope the weather's good, and hopefully, we can actually finally start enjoying the great warm weather season. But, anyways, welcome to my back to my page. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do at your earliest convenience. And to any of my friends out there watching, please share this video among your friends and whatnot, and so we can further expand the conversation. Today we're going to talk about networking and mentorship. And whether you're in college, whether you're in the military, working for another person, private sector, you own your own business, mentorship and networking is always in your best interest because you could be on top of the world, but you might find another specific industry that you're interested in and have no experience, and you might be worth trillions and billions of dollars, but because you have no specific experience with that industry, you might find yourself in a place where you need to reach out to various components and people and try to be able to see how you can pick their brain, and at the same time they could pick your brain, and then you guys could feed off of each other. And hey, you never know, at one time you might even form a partnership and have a successful business and whatnot, or a successful friendship, and those successful friendships can lead on from there. But excuse me, when it really boils down to it, and I always say this, I don't care what business you're in. You want to be around people that are, especially if you're trying to get into a specific business, you want to be around the right people that's going to help you get to at least to start, and then obviously at least to the next level, wherever you might take your business after it starts to have some sort of cash flow. A great example is, say, if I wanted to buy into a 7-Eleven store or buy into a dollar store franchise, it's probably in my best interest to try to talk to a manager or owner, especially an owner of a dollar store and a 7-Eleven, so I can get some sort of quirks and great information, the do's and the do not do's when it comes to running a successful franchise like that. What is the franchisee expecting of me as the franchisor? All these questions could be very relevant, and these things by talking to people that work there, especially people who are in management, especially, and definitely people who own the stores. And then say if you buy into the franchise, and then you know what's to be expected before you even get the contract, and have those multiple agreements that you're going to form with the franchisee. That's just one example. And then that person, whether it's a manager or the owner, can become your mentor, and you could save yourself a lot of time and definitely a lot of money by learning from those who have already gone through the journey that you're trying to go through, that you're trying to begin. Because if you're constantly, and I mean constantly, around people that want to be an employee of the year mindset, then that's great. Then you're going to have the employee of the year mindset. But if you find yourself being around people that own businesses or want to own businesses and are not naysayers, you know, and then you'll be able to form partnerships and be able to grow and on so many different levels that you couldn't even agree, because there's so many naysayers out there, and they always got that, well, I do not have the right connections to start my own business, man, or I don't know anybody that owns their own business. Finding a mentor is impossible, man, for real, man. And I'm just like, no, it's not impossible. It's impossible to you because you don't see it to be possible. You can't see the vision. So therefore, since you don't see the vision, the person that could be your best friend that you've known for years or decades sees that vision, but you're gonna play negative Nelly, as they say, be the naysayer and say, no, it can't be done because I think it can't be done. So therefore, I'm going to tell you it can't be done. And I say to anybody out there, screw them. Forget all that nonsense. If they're a naysayer, I don't care how you know somebody for 30 years, your fraternity brother, blood brother, all that other nonsense is irrelevant in my personal opinion when it comes down to it. Somebody's trying to basically, what do they say nowadays? Throw shade, and I say throw garbage on your dreams. Never ever let somebody throw shade or throw any garbage on your dreams, because that's why they're called your dreams. It's not their dreams. They're happy being an employee. More power to them. Do what you do, but you have a mindset of, I want to own my own business. I want to be able to put myself in a position where I can call my own shots and be in charge of my own retirement outside of just collecting a paycheck. Because the thing is, not only is it's not impossible, but there's so many free ways nowadays with the great power of the internet for you to go to different free workshops depending on where you live at, especially if you're in a metropolitan area like the Washington D.C., Maryland, Northern Virginia area. If you could be in Los Angeles, New York, Philadelphia, wherever have you, Miami, all these big cities, all these big corporations go to, and they throw free events all the time because obviously they're trying to sell you something, which is nothing wrong with that, but they're giving you the opportunity for you to buy into something so that you can network with people and especially see that, hey, there's people in your area that are interested in doing the same things that you're trying to do, so you can make a connection. I mean, great example, the last workshop that I went to, the real estate investment workshop I went to, I met 3 people, and guess what? All 3 of us were going to another workshop within the next couple of weeks, and I never met these people before in my life. And I just met them a couple of weeks ago, and now I'm forming relationships with them, and we're even talking about forming partnerships so that we can buy multiplex real estate investments. But that's the power of networking. That's the power of mentorship. Working with that company. I'm forming mentors, and I'm the mentee, and I'm being mentored, and I'm excited about it because that's the level that I'm trying to go to in order for me to reach my dreams, and I'm not even worried about what any of the negative naysayers have to say, because that's their world. This is my world. You stay on your planet, I'll stay on my planet, and I always say, guess what? It's for free. Hence the word free. I'll say it in Spanish. Está libre, mi gente. It's free, my people. Let's do it for real. I just don't understand. But some people just want to stay in La La Land, and hey, that's your life. Do what you got to do at the end of the day, because I always say I'm going to do what I have to do in order to make me happy and those around me happy, and those that don't want to support that, have a nice life. Or to say in Spanish, tenga una buena vida. Have a good life. Okay, but anyways. Because, there's always an excuse, right? Always an excuse. I'm going to stay on top of it. And the only real excuse that's in your way is you. Because I always hear every day, whether I'm at work, whether I'm at a house party, no matter where I'm at, or just walking the street, I always hear somebody coming up with an excuse for why they can't do something. Especially given the fact that if it involves leaving the comfort zone. Because guess what? The comfort zone a lot of times is a great thing, but most of the times it's not such a good thing, because it's 1 foot in the grave and 1 foot out of the grave. Because I always say this: if your comfort zone dries up, what are you going to do? There's nothing wrong with asking yourself those questions. It's not being negative. It's just being realistic, because things can dry up. You can have a nice wet season of all these great things happening, but then things could eventually dry up, and the comfort zone can dry up, especially with today's technology and artificial intelligence that's out there. Things can dry up, things happen. So, and you don't have to take my word for it. All I know is people love to come up with more excuses instead of trying to come up for a way or a reason why something can be done. They always want to come up for a reason why something can't be done. And I used to let it make me mad, but now I just laugh at it because, hey, I could come up with a million reasons why, hey, I don't want to make a video today, but a crazy thing is happening. I'm making a video right now. I'm not coming up with an excuse. I got off of work, came home, handled business. I'm making a video right now. What's your excuse? You have to, if you really want something, you have to find ways to do it. I wanted to have my own YouTube page. Guess what? I just started to put myself out there. And then I started connecting with other YouTubers and other bloggers and whatnot. And they've given me great constructive criticism on how to make better videos and how the best way to start off when you're making your videos. Be true to yourself. Be true to your audience. Be true to the subject matters that you're passionate about. And when it comes to bettering yourself, whether it's professionally or business wise, and definitely when it comes to financial intelligence, that's what I'm passionate about. So therefore, that's what I'm going to talk about for the most part. You got to go out of your way to definitely do what you have to do to get things done in this life. That's just what it is, you know. Go online, take professional courses. There's very cheap courses out there. There's free courses out there online. Heck, YouTube, I consider YouTube to be a university at times. Why? Because one, it's free, and two, you have multiple professionals on all levels and business owners on all levels posting videos and posting video content. Now, whether they're credible or not, it's up to you to figure out. But there's information out there. With the beautiful thing called the internet, there's so many opportunities out there for people to think outside of the box, but a lot of people don't want to think outside of the box, you know, because we're crying out loud. Let's just be realistic about this. No new journey in life ever took place without somebody taking at least one step forward. You know, new journeys don't start when you're standing still, you know, and not going anywhere. You know, what is life? You're getting in line and you're waiting for your turn. Okay, you gotta wait for your turn, but you can do something in the process of you waiting for your turn. You could study, you could take classes, you can attend workshops, you can hook up with the right people. There are things that can be done no matter what your financial or social status is in life. You can get it done if you really want to. You know, because there's this one meme out there that's one of my favorite memes, and every time I see it on Facebook, I always share it. It doesn't matter. I always share it, and I love it. And the meme is, hold on, I want to make sure I get this correct because it's one of my favorite ones. And I quote, "That salary that they give you is a reason to help you to forget your dreams." And it's something to think about. No matter what you make 70,000, 100,000, you know, it's at a specific cap rate, okay? And of course, whenever you get a raise, no matter who you work for, it barely meets inflation because the price of everything goes up eventually, okay? So that cap rate decides what you can do with your life. But when you own a business and you're continuously having cash flow coming out of multiple areas, and say if you got a job and you own a business, so you got that salary and you got that business. And you, with your business, you have more, depending on how you hustle, you have more opportunities to accelerate the amount of cash flow that you're going to get. Okay. And with that, it allows you to dream more and dream bigger and to do things, because the power that money and entrepreneurship and ownership buys is priceless. It's better than a stupid big house. It's better than some fancy stupid car. It buys a lifestyle that you don't have to take a vacation from. And I say that all the time, and I'm going to say that to the day I die, because to me that's more important than anything else. You know, but that's one of my favorite memes out there, you know, because I really, really, really believe that to be true, all this to be true in this day and age. I really do. You know, the power of the internet can really make things happen, especially when you're connecting with the right people, you know. You know, because if all you're doing at the end of the day is looking at social media and looking at what's going on in the sports world and the entertainment world and all this other crap, it don't mean nothing, especially when it's coming from people that's already made their money, but yet we're worrying about what they're talking about. I'm not going to say any names, but I'm sure y'all know who I'm getting at in today's day and age. Don't care what that person's talking about, because that person's not paying my bills and is not contributing to my current and future businesses. So therefore, I'm not going to worry about what that person's saying. I'm just saying. But anyways, but there's so many opportunities out there, and we could be doing so much better, but we're not taking the time to just do the simple things, to just network and to just start. You know, something to think about, food for thought, nutrition for the whole brain. I hope you guys enjoy my page. Please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe, and please share to all. And I'm sure I'll be seeing you guys later this week, because I'll be making another video later this week. And have a good day. Always a pleasure, right? Take it easy.